Hello everyone, this is Awkward Audrey, and welcome to my acrylic self-portrait part 2. The first part took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, and which was fine, I didn't, it's my art hour, I can do what I want. But the actual self-portrait didn't quite turn out like it was going in a direction that made me anxious, and I kind of wanted to stop and just take a step back and focus on what my next step really should be. Hi, Mom. With that, I decided I was just going to stop the art hour on Sunday where it was at, and just take a step back and watch, and then kind of tinker a little bit with what I wanted to do and how I was going to go about fixing this. Fixing my sunburnt demon of a face that was going on. Somebody on Instagram said, "Oh, it looks like you were like an Oompa Loompa, Oompa Loompadre." I was like, "Oh, thank you. That's looking great." So, uh, I have since done a couple of things. One is I'll show you here in a minute, but I want to kind of talk face to face. One was I just went and I did actually tinker around with the colors a little bit, and so now I've kind of got, instead of a sunburnt demon face, I've got a little bit of a rainbow face going on. It's pretty good, but now I have to kind of make a decision on how I want the rest of the painting to look, and where I want to go from there. And I'm sure I'm going to change my mind like 2 or 3 times just during this art hour, or this follow-up art hour. But it's all kind of part of the process, and I don't want to be embarrassed and not show it, right? It's all part of the process. I want you guys to understand that. One of the things that's really important to me is that art is something anybody can do, and you as an artist, or whatever you want to do on your art journey, is going to be very similar, if not exactly, what any other artist has gone through, no matter their skill level or inspiration level or motivation level. All artists have been through the ups and downs that are involved with all this. So I really wanted to kind of showcase, yeah, it happens to me. Like, people think I know what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, sure I do. And it just looks like that, but might not necessarily. But there's a lot of work that goes on behind it. There's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of tinkering, and things not working out as you planned, and that's just part of the process. You have to embrace it. You have to take a step back and see what do you really want to do, and how do you really want to move forward with where you're at, and not necessarily where you think you should be. Big point there. So with that in mind, we will go switch this camera around, and we will go back to getting to the painting at hand. All right, so there she's at right now. Just a second, adjusting the camera. It's a big camera, or it's a big project, bigger than normal, so I have to kind of do a different strategy with the camera business here. So as you can see, it's a little bit different. It's not just like the bright red, fire engine red with orange, right? I've added white to it, and not only have I added white, I've added different shades of blue and pale pink and pale blue. It's got like a nice kind of glowing look to it, which I like, because that is what shows in the original photo, and I think I really want to try and capture that if I can. I don't think it's going to look how I originally planned, unfortunately. I would have to practice a lot more for me to really get that feel that I want, but I can still work with this and make it into something that I will enjoy and that I will want to show off to people. So one of the things I did instead was I went, and instead of printing black and white, I went and I printed again in color. And as you can see here, I've marked it up a little bit to show where the different patches are of light and dark colors. And I'm hoping that by doing this, I will be able to use this as a reference for how I want to go about changing the different colors. Whatever colors I end up choosing, that I'll be able to kind of use this as a template for the base, like instead of getting perfect shading. Hey, yeah, I know, right? That P word rears its ugly head. Gotta practice, practice, practice. That whatever colors I do end up choosing, I will have a basic template on how to simplify those colors. I don't have to get the painting to be the exact shading or exact feel, but you know, to have um, something that is very comparable, but will still have a different color scheme. Hi, Shannon. Thank you for joining. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep this off to the side here, and we're going to take a closer look at the colors that I have painted already and kind of decide how I'm going to use those colors, what colors I'm going to kind of commit to as I start, and then how I'm going to apply those colors to the rest of the painting. And one of the ways to do that is to create a set of rules on how you're going to use each color and in what ways. Because if you have a kind of random set of rules, it's gonna look a little bit weird. Some parts are not going to be as cohesive with other parts of the painting, and if that's what you're going for, that's cool. Well, that's fine by me. Yeah, I wanted to see me rescue myself. Well, I have no idea if I'm going to rescue myself, but I'm definitely going to try. Try and work this demon out of this painting. Um, so going back to rules, you want a piece like this to have a cohesive feel to it, so that when somebody looks at it, they're drawn to what it is you're trying to portray and not to the like the weird nostril on the left, or how the eyes are uneven, or how you use the same technique across the whole painting except for one part, and it's not apparent why. So those types of details will matter in the composition of your piece. So we're going to put the camera a little bit closer in here. And let's see, I'm not sure what colors I want, because I really like what's going on here. I like that it is a very bright face, but it has this contrasting kind of pale blue. What color blue is this? This was Bimini blue. That has an interesting an interesting effect that I really quite enjoy. Over here, I feel like I did a good job at the shading, more of the shading, but I don't think I like having as much blue there as I used. Oh, and I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try and bring it a little bit closer. One thing I did notice that I did by accident was a little bit of the sunburnt demon still show through as I was trying to clean this spot up with my paintbrush, and I kind of liked the effect that had, because it kind of looks like the tiniest of reflection, like a reflection of something that you can't quite see that's going on off the canvas, right? Like this portrait is facing a whole world, right? And you don't know where the light is always coming from. So I liked that feel. I don't know if there's a way I can use that in this particular painting, but it's something I'm going to look for opportunities to use in the future. Okay. Now to the painting part. Oh man. Let me tell you, I am quite nervous. I'm so nervous, guys. I really want this to work out because I'm recording, but at the same time, I really don't know, and I need to kind of embrace that and not be so anxious that it might not work out, and that's going to still be okay. This is not the end-all be-all of my existence here. My career is not staked on this. It's fine. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to get the colors back on. Got the flag red. Got the bright magenta. the, as we saw before, the Bimini blue, the very green holly branch, 2 blue, which is, yes, a wonderful blue, and then some just regular white, and last but not least, the jack-o'-lantern orange. Okay, so I'm just going to be mixing my colors here. Don't mind me. I'm going to take my time with this, and I'm going to tinker some more with it. Oh, thank you, Shannon. It's an experiment. Yes. Well, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And we're going to be using a little bit more white. I do like the paleness, because I'm a pale person, right? And the way that the light was hitting my face in this picture, this reference photo, did give me a certain glow that I really did like. I don't know if I can duplicate it without going directly and just copying the same colors that are in the picture, because I don't want to do that. Okay, let's get I'm using a very basic paintbrush here. Let's see, an older one. I don't know how I got this. I probably won it somewhere, like at a garage sale or something. And then, of course, my water cup. Okay. So I think what I'm going to start to do is, if you look at the picture here, these colors, they're kind of there, but they mostly blend into the background here. I think it would be an interesting effect to have it where the head is not as distinct from the background. So it might very well be one of Grandma's brushes. I actually don't know. It probably is. That's probably, you're right, Mom, that's probably where it's from. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this and a lot of the hair be the same color. And then when it starts to, get more into these areas, that's when I'm going to start changing it up. And since I've already sketched all this out, I don't really need the grid anymore. I can use this reference photo directly, and if it doesn't quite match up, it'll be fine because the basics are down here, and if it doesn't look quite right, I can edit it to where it does look right. It doesn't need to be exact. It just needs to be exact enough so that it still looks like me and my head shape. I ain't no Fran Fine here. So I think if we're going to do that, if we're going to start with something simple, a very simple rule, the background, we'll go ahead and start coloring in the this background here with the dark green, and some of the, instead of the 2 blue, we're going to use the Bimini blue and see how that works out. How has everybody's week been going so far? It has been really warm here in Colorado, and yesterday, poor Sam, he had, as soon as he left work and he walks home from work, it started pouring rain, and by the time he came home, like, it was hailing, and he was drenched, like soaked through all of his clothes. And he had to pretty much get, let's see, he pretty much had to strip down so that he didn't drag water throughout the house. He did try to hug me, though. I evaded him. I escaped that. Okay, so because of the light blue, it is a bit brighter. but I'm okay with that. We're just gonna see how it goes. Get some water on the brush so it is a bit more smooth going onto the canvas here. There you go, I think. I look forward to having a real desk. That's what I look forward to having. Then did the sun come out? Let's see, did it come out? I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think it did, because that was about that time it was starting to get dark anyway. You know, I think I want a finer brush than this. I'm going to rinse this brush, and I'm going to pick a smaller brush. We've already pretty much colored this background. It doesn't need a thick brush. Okay. Try not to get my shirt into the paint. Let's see, I think for the brushes that I want to start using, kind of want one that's a little slightly flat. So I think I'll go with this one. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. That was the painting, it wasn't me. Promise. Let's kind of get some of these shapes in here. Hey Caitlin, thanks for joining. How's your day going? Currently right now we're just getting started on pivoting this picture here, this painting. And I think I am going to just actually use some of this. I am going to use some of this 2 blue. And as it gets closer, we'll use more of the Bimini blue as it gets closer to the face. Okay. You guys can't see it. There's a fruit fly that keeps hitting the light source, my lamp, to the left here. And I don't think you can hear it either, but it does make a little thunk sound every time I look away. It's funny. I can't wait to go home and paint. Yes. What kind of stuff do you like to paint? Yeah, that sounds about right. Late afternoon, early evening. Yep. Okay. Let's see. So it gets down to about here. Okay. Landscapes. Yes. Landscapes are solid. That just makes me think of like Bob Ross, and his trees and his mountains. Okay. Get this a little bit. Now, I don't know if this is true for anybody else, but I know it's true for me that painting and drawing often, for me, require a different way of thinking, and for a long time it was really hard for me to paint realistically because just of how the different mindset that was required. And it's kind of difficult for me to explain it. It's like when you use painting, like you automatically have something workable, right? Like sure you can have like these fine tip lines with these paintbrushes, but but ultimately like you are working with colors and with shapes rather than with just lines. And so for me it was difficult being more of like an illustrator, doodler type person to make that transition. Yes, oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Well, if you want to, Caitlin, you can just you can message me because I'd love to see your work. I'm always interested in seeing what other people are doing because it's mind blowing sometimes the talent that people have. Even if if even if you're still learning, it is fine. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about this technique and having this as a rule. So we're going to move on to the rest of the head and and continue that. Oh, that's fine. Here, message me your page, and we could just collaborate. It doesn't have to be like an advertisement. You know, we can kind of get to know one another. Go on a little Facebook date. Oh, thanks, Caitlin. It was me kind of experimenting because, dang, like using just the bright red and the orange made me look like a sunburnt demon. I was not a fan of that. So I had to kind of experiment with what colors I wanted to use. And I'm going to go back and change some of this, but ultimately I'm kind of liking where things ended up. Okay, now let's go over here. Oh, forgot to silence my phone. There we go. Now, how long have you been painting, Caitlin? Awesome. Thank you. Look forward to getting to know you. Okay, excellent. All right, now we're going to use the big brush. Seems better light this. There we go. Oops, accidentally just painted the lamp. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The lamp's not porous. It's fine. What types of paint do you use? I'm using acrylic paint right now. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff that was on sale on Amazon from Apple Barrel, and it is the matte acrylic quick drying paint. So I have quite a variety. Another brand I normally use is Basic. You know, the one of the big fat white letters on it, and Amsterdam. I have a variety of those as well, but this came in a whole bunch of different colors, and I liked that. So I thought, what the heck? Yep, yep. Painting is expensive. Art's expensive. I recently went to because I just moved to Denver. I recently went to a nearby art store just to see what the prices were like. And dang, I mean, I know art's expensive and I know Denver's expensive, but I was not fully prepared for what they had. It was like just the prices were more than I was expecting. Like I'd have to save up for if I wanted to do that. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to support the local art store, but right now my budget is Amazon. So I'm going to do that. Arteza, I have, let's see, I have tried Arteza, but not paints. I think a while back I actually tried uh, their colored pencils, and they were awesome. I loved the colored pencils. Okay, I'm going to need the smaller brush now. Oh, where was I? Okay, ear. We're on the ear. This part's still dry. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think that if I get closer to the face with the darker parts and I make the darker parts a little more blue as they go in, it'll be a nice transition uh, into the more pale blue, the Bimini blue that I would use on the face. Okay, let's see, let's see how that goes, if I can make that work for me. So right now I'm mixing up the 2 blue and the Bimini blue. And we're going to go in on the face. So I tried acrylic paint and it's good, but dries a bit faster than the Walmart brand. And the colors are nice. So, so what kind of paint then is the Walmart brand? Because there are all types of different. Like acrylic paint is like it's a general category. You know, um, there are different ways to use like different brands of acrylic paint. But then there's also other brands like tempera paint or oil paint. So I'm a little curious. I'm curious what you got there. Is it also acrylic or is it just like the Walmart brand of acrylic? Dollar Brownie, I think. I'm gonna say I'm not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, that would be helpful. Yeah. There's so many products out there. Having a picture helps, especially when you go back. Like you're like, oh, I need to replenish. Um, like, oh yeah, I ran out of that paint like 2 months ago. I need to go get it. And you're like, oh shoot, what brand was it? What color was it? It's so hard sometimes. There's just so many products. I go through so much blue, green, and white. Oh, I believe that. Oh, I believe that with the landscapes. There's no way you could avoid that. Unless you're doing abstract, I don't know. Like in maybe like autumn landscapes or something. And see, I like acrylic because it dries fast. I'm a pretty impatient person. Like I could probably do oil paints really well, but I haven't really ever experimented with that. That's one of those things I will do when I'm older. And I have more patience just in general. I'm hoping I have more patience in general when I'm older. That's never a guarantee. Okay. So next, let's see. Okay. Acrylics, oh yeah, yeah. Watercolor is so hard. I remember trying watercolor in high school, and I'm amazed I didn't get kicked out by how bad a couple of my watercoloring color drawings turned out. And it's like I could have drawn what I was being asked to draw just fine. um, but when I had to go watercolor it, nah, it did not look good. But watercoloring is so satisfying. It has its own like I don't know how to describe it because of how it works and how you how you have to you put ink in the water and it spreads around. It's very therapeutic. So even if I want to scream at it because I'm so frustrated that it's not doing what I want, it's still therapeutic. Okay. All right, now I'm going to try and go in with some of the orange and we're going to see how that goes. Yeah, no guarantee at all, right? None. Okay. Okay. Kind of giving it a green hue. Mm. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Okay. I'm gonna have to reassess that. Maybe we'll go with the fire red instead of the orange. So I'll have more of a bluish purpley thing rather than the green. Me personally, that's kind of what I want. Don't be afraid to get a little dirty. Sam didn't realize how much paint I got on myself from the last art hour. And then I was like, I had to like reach up for something, and he's like, whoa, because I had paint all over my arms. Okay. I'm gonna add some white to this fire red. Oh, my reference photo. How far down does this go? Down pretty far. So what I'm doing is how I'm testing this is I'm putting just a little dab of the color I want, and I'm on my brush, and then I'm kind of mixing it on the canvas, and I'm mixing it on my palette. And I'm hoping that it will turn out. You know, I'm just messing with the shades a little bit and the values. I should really make sure I'm using those terms correctly. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I think this fruit fly is going to irritate me to no end. Don't know where it is, but it's here. Just a second. Oh, I think I murdered it. I hope I did. Okay. 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 So try a little orange. Okay. Hmm. So to give you guys an idea of what's happening here, bend this a little bit. Let's see. So I have this little shape here, and it's just a little bit of a darker shape. Come on, right here, to show that my cheek is round and my face is round, and then this jawline is slightly highlighted because I kind of have a big prominent jaw towards my ear. So I think what I'm trying to do here is I'm having this be the shaded part because it's a little different, right? And seeing how that works. I'm gonna go in with a more creamsicle orange, but that's the idea I'm going with. I'm experimenting. And I'm going to add a little bit of the red to this orange I've got. I'm just going to blend it in, see how it goes. I think I want to do it the other way around, where this is the red and this is the bright orange. So we're going to change that. We're just going to make this a little more consistent. Not the final colors it's going to be, but I just want to make it a little more consistent. Okay. Red. Red, red, red. Yeah. I'm kind of liking that. Thanks. Blending is hard. I can get impatient with it sometimes. I think I'm going to brighten up some of this a little bit here. On this side. Kind of wraps under. Okay, I think a little more contrast. We'll be good to go. A little more contrast. By that I mean I'm adding more color, saturated pigments, and it's not blended with white or another color. Okay. Whew. More contrast. Over here, I'm going to add more white. Alrighty. Carry on. All right, sounds good. You take care, Mom. Have a wonderful Thursday evening. I'll talk to you later. Oh, is Kathy here? I just see one viewer. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Oh, nice. Kathy Ivy. Excellent. Yeah, so far it's weird. I don't know exactly how Facebook does the measurements, but like the metrics, but like here in this corner it's supposed to, it shows me how many people are watching, and it just says one. And then over here it shows a picture in this corner of who's watching if we're friends, but I guess it doesn't show me everything like it should. Okay. Weird. It's weird. How's your day going, Kathy? Or how's your week going? It's been a whole week. It's been close to a whole week. Sunday just feels like so long ago. Okay, I'm gonna go clean my water really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And I'm replenishing my paper towels. So what I'm realizing here is that it doesn't look like there's anybody on right now, so I'm talking to myself. But I still want to, for the replay, and for whoever sees this on the replay, I'm gonna just talk through what I'm thinking, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm kind of figuring out what the rules are on what I want for this piece, and so far I've decided. So this is the skin here, right? And this is the background. I think I want the background to be more green, whereas like in like hair more green. You know, the more essentially black parts of the picture where everything is very, very dark. And then over here on the skin, even though it's very dark on the picture, it is not as dark, and I think I want to represent that with blue. So having darker, one of the rules I guess I can come up with here is that the darker parts will be green, and then the lighter yet still very dark spots will be blue. And we'll see if that holds, if I hold myself to that. Yeah. So right now, while this is still wet, I'm going to kind of go through with the mini and blue. So it's still got a little green in it. I'm happy about that. But to show that it is different. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm going to think about that for a second. And while I'm kind of thinking about that, I'm going to lighten this area up here. Oh, still got some blue. Still have some blue on my paintbrush, and it's making a green color. Don't want that. No green, please. We want orange. Orange and white. Kind of match this, I guess, is what I'm going for. Because in my picture, this and this are very similar. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. Squeaky, squeakiness. Looking forward to getting another chair. Same with like a desk. There's gonna be a day when I'll have a new chair and a new desk. And it's gonna be great. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. not a fan of the opera stuck in my head for some reason. Not really sure why. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Let's make my eye a little more squinty, because they squint. In this picture, I am squinty. Or more squinty, I guess. Not super squinty. Okay, now for the eye. The eye is dark. So we're going to make, let's see, we're going to make it blue. Kind of a light blue there. Let's see. The dark green, the eye pupil. Put a lot of pigment on there. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Currently working on the eyeball of my self-portrait here. How's your day going? Excuse the squeaky chair as I lean from my right hip to my left hip to do this. Hey Shannon, thanks for coming back. Figured out some of the rules a little bit of what I want to do. And we're kind of just inching our way over from the left side of, this left side here to the right side. So weird, it can't, well, I think that it shows, I don't know, I think it shows you comments, I might be wrong on this, but I think it shows you comments that you've seen after you've joined, and then in like the replay you can see them real time, but I might be wrong in that. Yes, she's looking friendlier. Yeah, she doesn't look like she's. I think once I get the eyes and the mouth figured out, because those are two really important parts, of the face that are the most expressive, if I can get those figured out, everything else will kind of just fall into place. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Kathy. Hey, Zach, thanks for joining. But thank you, Kathy, for the compliment. I'm thinking, yes, this is looking way better. And maybe just last time I was just getting fed up and tired. Because it did lay the groundwork for what what this currently looks like. I think I just might go with a light green for the whites of the eyes. Because, colors don't really mean anything here. But if because, this doesn't exactly look like how my colors scheme would look, but I do want to be able to differentiate the eye between the skin. And even though I think by some of the rules that I've set out for how I want to do the lighter parts of the face versus the darker parts of the face, I think I still want to be able to tell the difference between eye and skin. So I think we're going to go with more of a light green or a light blue. Maybe light blue with a little white. Seems doable. Let's see. So it looks over here. Yeah, it'll work. I'm okay with it. Oh, don't know if you can see it, but there's a hair that's sticking out that I need to have gone. It's getting paint everywhere. There we go. Nope, it's still there. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's doing something weird. The brush is doing something weird. I need it to be cohesive. It's to not stick out. Oh, I know. Okay. All right, I'm going to be right back. There's one hair on this brush. It's getting everything everywhere. And it's messing up how the brush sticks together. You wouldn't think one tiny little hair would matter, but it does. All right. We're going to fix this. Can you see? I don't know if you guys can see the hair. We're going to fix it though. Okay. There we go. It's not going to mess up my painting anymore. Hey, Charlie. Thanks for joining. Okay. So I'm looking, I want to look squinty, but right now I'm kind of looking less squinty and a little bit more high. um, this portrait changed so much. Yeah, I did. I had to look at. I took about an hour or so to just kind of play around with the different colors, so it didn't look like I was a demon face. Um, because that really discouraged me that it looked so bad. And I know that I probably just backed out earlier than I should have on Sunday, but this is looking pretty good. Oh, thanks, Charlie. I'm glad you like it, how it's going so far. Okay, so one of my goals here is, even though I'm squinty, I don't want to look like I'm too relaxed because it gives me this kind of like inebriated kind of high look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in on this bottom lid here with a very light orange that I used from before, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit. It'll bring some tension around the eyes. It'll kind of show that tension a little more clearly, as if I'm squinting and not just as if my eyes are half closed from tiredness or from being drunk or something. Yeah, I needed time to think. Hi, Terry. Thanks for joining. There we go. So I know it probably does not look super different to you, but it looks different enough to me that I like it. I like that it looks like I'm squinting and not like I'm high. Okay. Now for the other eye. Let's get this other eye going. Hey, you're back. Oh, did you share this? Oh, that's so nice. Right now we're getting the eyes colored in. And you wouldn't think it'd be too difficult, but it is because they're squinty, and I don't want them to look like crazy. I don't want my eyes to look crazy. And with facial muscles, it can look like that pretty quickly if you aren't careful. Just gotta go one little baby step at a time. Okay, now to put in the pupil. The dark green there. And it looks like here, not that you can really see it because I'm wearing glasses. This is my reference photo, but it looks like this is slightly darker over here than it is over there. So I think I'm going to have to go back in and adjust a little bit. Can't use the same light green that I used in both eyes. Just going to be slightly more pigmented. Maybe have a little touch of blue. Just a touch. There you go. Oh, thanks, Caitlin. Do you prefer to go by Caitlin or by like Katie or something else? I can see. Yeah, I squint a lot with glasses, right? You know, it's it's so frustrating with glasses because if you can't find your glasses, you need your glasses to find your glasses. So you're just looking around at everything super suspiciously because you're squinting. Like, was it you? Oh my goodness. Okay. Next, what am I going to do next? Got the eyes figured out. All right, Caitlin. Caitlin it is. Next, I think, what do I want to do? I think we're going to go up and figure out this eyebrow business. And I think if I can do that, then I'll be able to do the rest of this. Because I was experimenting with colors before on what colors I wanted to use. Um, and I decided that while I liked a lot of the work I did over here, it wasn't quite what I was looking for. Okay, so, and I think that once I get the eyebrows in, it's going to start to look a lot more like moi, like me. Okay, let's see here. So this was orange and it gets darker up here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to try and blend it so it gets more into this orangey fire red, pale fire red that I already have there. And hope for the best. Okay. It looks like I still have a little bit of green on in my brush. When the color starts to look a little bit more brown or a little more muddled, and less vibrant, you probably still have some paint. I definitely still have paint from before I changed colors. So that's a sign that you might need to re-rinse your brush or clean out the water in your brush. Let's see. Let's kind of experiment here. Experiment a little bit. See how I want this to go. Oh, I have a little green on my finger. That didn't work. I have to switch my water. Yeah, right. Switch my water a lot. That's a good idea, having a couple different containers. I should do that. Next painting. Next painting for sure. I'm going to figure out a better setup. So far, I'm just excited that y'all can see what I'm working on, because this setup's a little different from what I'm used to. I'm used to working on smaller projects. So so I don't need to have it back so far. Or you can have it this far away and you can still see like the whole picture. Oh, I'm stuck on what to paint. I was thinking seascape. Yes, big kitchen table. The kitchen table is so helpful. uh, right now we don't have a kitchen table, or I'd probably be using that. Let's see. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. It's encouraging. Sometimes you just don't know how things are going, right? And it's just nice to have other people, especially other artists, come in to encourage, right? Have a group. You know, I've never actually tried a seascape before. Like I've tried oceans. Like I've tried like you know like cartoony oceans with the little half circle waves when drawing, but I've never actually painted an ocean. The one end you work on is painted up perfect. It shows that it's getting used properly. Let's see. Okay, is this what I want? Ooh. I think I'm gonna work on this eyelid a little bit more before I commit to an eyebrow. Committing to an eyebrow means is gonna make it more difficult to blend stuff. Hmm. How do I feel about that? I don't know how I feel about that. This looks a little out of place though. Oh, first time I did one, it went really well. Oh, isn't that always the way? Like the first time you try something, you're just like open-minded and engaged, and it just for some reason the first one always looks the best, and then you try to replicate it or try to improve on it, and it just looks worse. I don't know what the science, the brain science is behind all that, but it's super frustrating. Oh, Apple Barrel, Folk Art, Arteza, and Delaware County. Yeah. Well, good on you for getting Arteza. Orteza? I'm not even sure how to say it. I've only ever read it and drooled. More white. I am finding now that you've said that, um, now that you've said mentioned like how quickly things dry, I am realizing that I think that this Apple Barrel brand is drying quicker than the other brand I use, Basic. And now I'm just like wondering how does that work? Okay, let's see. This eyelid go in here. Oof. And this is weird because it's like I'm doing my own makeup, but without my normal actual makeup techniques. So it's not looking the same. Okay. I think this is getting pretty close to what I want it to be. Not sure what that means, but it's getting close. Essentials, huh? Essentials. I feel like I've heard that before, but I might be thinking of something completely different. I might be thinking of essential oils. Okay. I think it's gonna be have to be good enough. Those colors are what I used. Yes, used for my makeup. Oh yeah. Get that bright yellow going. Get that Hufflepuff makeup going on. Or Gryffindor, depending on what part of the painting you're looking at. Let's see. I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm ready for the eyebrow. I'm not sure what color I want to use for the eyebrow. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to use red for the eyebrow, and then kind of a light red, the pink. And then I'm going to um, go in with green and put in the hairs and hope for the best. I think that's what I'm going to do. Whoa! Okay, I think that's workable. That's workable. Okay. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Doesn't feel like it, but I can do this. Okay. I'm looking at my eyebrow here and the eyebrow there, and it's looking a little different. So I'm not sure, especially the arch of the brow. I might have to fix that later. But for now, it's good enough. It is good enough. We're gonna go in with and do my brows. Hope for the best. Let's use blue, light blue. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the light blue of the, oh, I keep forgetting the name of this. I'm going with a little bit of the Bimini blue, and it's got a touch of the 2 blue added to it. Oh, I might, you know what? This might be too thick. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. All right, I have a few to pick from here. I think we're gonna go with this one. Yeah, right? It's a little too straight. The arch is like this top part of the arch is not looking so good. Okay. Whew. Here you go. Worst case scenario, I'll just have to. Yeah, no worries. I am open to criticism because I know it looks wrong, and I just think I'm gonna have to go back and I want to kind of see if this whole eyebrow thing's gonna work out at all. Okay. All right. So I think. Oh, now this needs to go down a little bit more. There we go. And this needs to go up a little bit more. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when I go to paint this, I'm going to blur this top part a little bit, and it's gonna cover it up. And get all my brushes from Walmart. Yeah, and have them in a tool thing to hold wrenches. Like this, what I have them all in here is actually for pottery, where you're supposed to put your like pottery apron with your pottery tools. I still have the pottery tools, but I don't have anything really to do with pottery anymore. Okay. Alright, so far this is still looking like me. It's not too crazy looking. But now that I have this darker there, it's this nostril area is looking a little more suspicious, like it needs more work. Like my eye is drawn to that. This whole line here. So I think I'm gonna go for that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'll be here. You do whatever you need to do. Oh, nope. Too drippy. That was too drippy. I need a second phone to check things, right? I, um, again, things I look forward to when I have a real desk with a real table and real everything is that I'll be able to do this with my phone and then I can just look at my desktop. Like I can have my desktop nearby so I can um, see what's happening on Facebook, uh, and and what's happening in the Facebook feed, or and with the Facebook Live. How long has it been? Oh my goodness, it's almost 10 o'clock here. Still going strong though. I'm liking how this is turning. I'm liking how this is turning out. Oh, this brush is too small now. Time to move up to the bigger brush that I was using before. Right? Painting and recording is kind of nice because the people can kind of see what happens behind the scenes. I had a bit of a difficult time choosing where to do that because I really like because like most of the people who know me are on Facebook, right? But I think a better service for this would be Twitch. Another one that I've seen is a startup that my friend did um, called Caffeine TV. Oh, way awkward. Hey, you're in good company. Awkward is literally in the name. Like if you go back and see some of my first ones, like I've been rewatching my some of my first videos. Oh man, that's a trip. Like I don't think like I'm super better than I was when I first started this a few months ago, but yeah, I am better. I am better. Okay. So my nose is a little more curved. I need to fix that. Just a little bit. All right, this whole area can get redone. This whole area is gonna get redone. So let's just go for it. Yeah, Twitch seems to be more of a game platform, but I've seen people do um, painting on on Twitch, and I think if I understand correctly, you can have more than one input. Whereas with the Facebook Live, you have just the camera, the one camera. Um, it'd be great if I could show both my face and what I was working on, or like my canvas and my palette, or something like that. Being able to have two cameras, I think, would be really helpful. But I don't know these things. I'm just figuring it out little by little. Careful not to get the eye. I worked really hard on the eye. Let's not ruin it. Okay. Okay. Oh, did you say you liked quicker drying paints? Oh, honestly, I'm not sure anymore. I did before, but then back in March I started doing watercolors, and I think my patience has increased doing watercolors, which is great. Patience is always great, but it means that my preferences are a little bit different. So I guess what I really like is I like to be able to, within 5 minutes, have the canvas be dry, right? So I can put paint on oh shoot, there's water on my, shoot, there's water on my brush. Be careful with that. Don't go be waving it around. So what I really like is to be able to put paint onto the canvas, right? Make some modifications to it, right? Like blending, and then leave it alone. And then once it's left alone, it dries and you can immediately put on another layer, right? So I like enough time for me to be able to muck about with it, but not so much time that I have to wait a long time. Watercolors are hard for, I did not know how hard watercolors were until I had to do the research for it. And they're like, this is possibly one of the hardest mediums to work with. I'm like, oh, that's great. Let's work with a really hard medium. Let's go. Now this you can, and because there was some dark green here, underneath, I think I just need to put on white and let that dry. And then I can start blending and layering colors. And this is where I'm impatient because I want it to be dry already. I'm ready for layering. I'm ready to go. Uh, so while it's doing that, I think I'll work on the eyelid. The actual lid. What do you call this? Like there's like the, like this is the brow and then there's the lid. So we'll do, yeah, I'm working on the eyelid. Yeah, I have not really tried oil paint either. I tried it back in high school in one of the upper level classes, right? Because you don't just let anybody touch the oil paints. But I didn't really get it. It did not, I didn't really understand it at the time. So I totally hear you on that. It's one of those things I hope one day when I'm an adult, when I'm an adult, I'll be okay to try it. No, the coffee is, oh man, no, don't dip it in coffee. Don't ruin the coffee. Wait, you're saying it's almost midnight where you're at, and you're having coffee? Oh man, you're living life on the edge there, Caitlin. Grandma did all her paintings in oil. Oh, cool. I guess that makes sense. Acrylics are fairly new compared to other types of painting. Mm. Is it okay to, yeah, yeah, you can. I just celebrated my 30th birthday, like last month. So when I say I'm an adult, like I really am truly an adult. I should do, I should be able to try new things and not worry too much. Yes, oil requires supreme patience because you can work on oils for months and then you let it cure. Just got out of work making pizzas. Whoa, we need pizzas. I salute you, ma'am. We need more pizzas in our society. Yeah, I'm an adult. I did the whole go to college, get a degree, promptly get a job that has nothing to do with my degree. And now I'm just trying to get back into the things I enjoyed when I was younger. How can I ask, Caitlin, how old are you? Here on public, on Facebook. You can just give an age range too. Like, I don't need an exact age range. I mean, I don't need an exact age, just like an age range will work. Monroe, Michigan. 25. Yes. Nice round number. It's okay. Uh, I agree. 25 was okay. Let me put it this way, I guess. I enjoyed 25, but I'm glad I've moved on from that time in my life. Because that was when I was in the full swing of trying to make work the corporate ladder. And I'm glad I'm not really doing that anymore. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put in more water, more white. We're gonna put in more white to this orange. Blend it out. I think. Okay, and we're just gonna cover this out because this has the kind of green purpley feel to it, and I've decided not to do that. So we're gonna cover that up. Okay. Right? I too. You and me. High five. Trying to make art. It's so hard and make money. I'm pretty much just spending this year trying to figure out how to make it into a business. If that's even possible. I think it's possible. Okay. See, it's okay, that's dry. That's good. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Kathy. It's yeah, it's a work in progress. Faux show. Oh, you did? Congrats. Congrats on selling a painting. Well, I have decided this is just me a personal goal of mine, right? So it does not pertain to anybody but myself. Don't take this uh, as advice. But what I decided to do is if I'm going to go back to school, I have to finish paying off school from the first time. And I'm almost there. Wait, so how did you find my page? I am curious. Because I don't think you know anybody I know. Anybody who's currently watching this, besides you, I have met in person before. Let's see. Hey, Mom. Thanks for joining. We're making progress. What am I doing? I am... Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. How did I do this? Oh, I had more red. That's right. More red. Hurricane Rico is here, yes. Mm. How is Rico doing? I've heard and seen, but mostly heard that he's mellowed out since meeting Ellie. There is a fruit fly. Thanks. Yeah, I think I found um a way to do the colors that makes me happy. Okay. All right. So just so you guys know, I think I probably have about maybe 20 to 30 minutes left in me. I think I'm gonna start closing up shop for the night. So I'm glad you're here for the end. Oh, that's good. I suppose it's true. He was a young pup when he first arrived, when I first met him. Hmm. Yeah, it's been a long video. But that's how painting works, and it's nice to have somebody to paint with. So, have people here with me, um, because then I can have something else going on besides just this or just the TV. Okay. Yeah. How is your painting going, by the way, Caitlin? Like, are you starting completely from scratch, or is this like a project that you've been working on already? From scratch. All right. So, basic. Step zero. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Oh, I just mixed a few colors and started the beach. Excellent. There is creative energy going on. Yes, there is. Hey, Sam. Thanks for joining. Thank you. It's been a trip. It took a little while to figure it out, but I'm liking the direction things are going. Okay, time to get rid of all this. Maybe not all of it. You know what? I think I'm going to go back with some water. Nice. How was the flight? No bumps, I hope. Last time I flew into Denver, I had to be rerouted. It was not fun. Let me tell you. All right, sounds good. Mwah. Okay. Whew. I lost my brush for a second. I was like, where did I put it? Okay, found it. Found it. Okay. I lost my breath. Oh, well. I am stunningly beautiful, so this painting just takes my breath away the more accurate it gets. Oh my goodness. That was a joke, by the way. That was just a joke. No, I think I'm liking this kind of bright blue against against these this bright orange, which makes sense. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know if you were there on Sunday when I was going over how I was going to go approach this, but I looked pretty. It looked pretty bad. uh, I guess it didn't look bad. It just looked, um, it was heading in a direction I didn't want it to go. Okay, I think we're getting there. We're getting there. No, that's not good. Just more pink. I don't want pink. I want orange. There we go. Yeah, how was everyone's day? Tomorrow's Friday, so it can't be too bad, right? Got a nice tip when I got in. Weekends, but yeah, nice. It's nice having specific time for you and your significant other. It can be hard when that doesn't happen. Yeah, do you have any fun plans for this weekend? Before the Midwest chill sets in and you have to stay inside most days? I lived in Minnesota for about 5 years. Um, so, you know, I kind of get how cold it can get over there. Oh no. Oh, that's so frustrating. Like perfectly can't see each other. Sure. Yeah. Yep. Indoors is where it's at, especially if it gets hot or cold. Although I was reading about sun training, about how because we are so indoorsy now as a culture, as a society, that we are more likely to get sunburned because we won't be sun trained. Like we won't get a little bit of exposure every day to the point where when we're finally outside because it's warm, that that our skin's used to it and we're less likely to burn. Yes, vacation. Where's your vacation gonna be? Because sometimes it's nice to have just like a little staycation, right? Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this upper lip or whatever this is, and then I'm gonna call it a project for today. Mm, yep, same here. It's also genetics too. I don't know how your genetics are, but I'm more likely to burn because of genetics. Yes, that's fine. Staycations are great. I love me a good staycation. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry, I missed the rest of that. Oh, early Halloween party, huh? Oh wait, I guess no, it's in October. Duh. Sorry. Oh, nice. That sounds like an awesome itinerary you got going on there. You get to see friends, get to celebrate Halloween because Halloween's awesome. Get to see family, celebrate milestones. You got it going on. Okay, 19th. Nice. I think my next vacation is actually like middle of September because we're having a family reunion. That's nice. So my art hour, I have a art hour every Sunday, and so that my art hour is going to be there with them. It's going to be nice. Right? It's nice. It's nice getting to know new people and talking about things we can relate to. I'm glad that you guys like watching me paint too, because like this is what I got to offer. I'm not gonna sit here with this thing pointed at my actual face. Uh, that'd be so nerve-wracking. I don't know how, I just don't know how like TV show hosts do this all the time. People are okay with that. I would get so nervous. It would be bad. It would not be good. Yeah. Okay. I think that is it for me now. I am I am done for right now. Let's take a step back. Take the phone off the stand here. There. So here's what my thing looks like. my plate. Because the paint would dry after I mixed it, so I'd have to find another spot to mix it. So it just looks like total chaos over here. But here's the picture so far. Looking a little less like sunburnt Jesus, demon, and Oompa Loompa, and more like moi, more like me. So I'm excited. I'm excited how this is turning out. Okay. All right. And thank you for watching, everybody. This was fun. I'm glad things have worked out. And it was nice to meet you, Caitlin. It was so wonderful talking with you. And I hope that we get to talk soon. I'll be looking at your the stuff that you sent me on Messenger. In the meantime, hope you all have a good week and weekend. And I will let's see. Oh yeah, before I forget, Sunday I will be doing the sketch request and raffle for my art hour. So and if you go to the event and you say you're going and you put in an idea for a sketch, I can kind of pre-sketch ahead of time, and so the sketch will end up better during the art hour. At the end of the art hour, um, there will be a raffle, and the winner will be able to choose the sketch of their choice. So, oh, thank you. Yes, adventure time. Um, so yeah, I hope to see you all Sunday for the sketch request and raffle, and I hope you all have a great evening. Bye.